So, Four Joy Meatballs.
Four Joy Meatballs. I love names of Chinese dishes. It's supposed to represent the 4 sort of levels or steps in your life.
So this is a vegan version. So rather than pork and egg, we've got tofu. We're going to add 5 spice and a couple of seasonings to just bring a meaty flavour, similar to the very earthy flavours that you'd find in the Shandong province, which is where Four Joy Meatballs originate. So let's begin with our aromatics. So if you can bash them up for me with your cleaver.
So I've got 2, did you say 2 cloves of garlic?
2 cloves of garlic, yeah.
Okay, and then what else are we putting in here?
So we've got firm tofu here.
Yeah.
And this works really well because it helps the meatballs to bind and stay together.
Rough chunks is okay, isn't it?
Rough chunks is fine. And then we've also got some 5 spice, Chinese 5 spice here.
Okay.
So to that, we're going to add 2 seasonings. So we're going to add light soy sauce and we're going to add char siu sauce. So 2 tablespoons of each.
Okay, okay.
And this is kind of like a bit of an unconventional way to use the char siu sauce, but it adds a lovely sweetness, but also a meatiness.
So this is blitzed up and it kind of looks like hummus.
Yeah, so it'll form quite a thick paste, which is what we need because we're gonna form it into meatballs by hand, so we need it to be quite firm.
Yeah.
We're also going to add water chestnuts, but we want to keep some texture there, so they can go in and just be folded through. And then we're also going to add some panko breadcrumbs just to keep the texture nice and firm, and just to make sure that we're able to make it into the meatballs.
Yeah.
And we're also just going to add a tiny bit of corn flour, and that's going to help us get a lovely brown crust on the outside.
Okay.
When we cook them.
And you do want pretty wet hands for this because it can get quite sticky.
Yeah. So if we use the wok oil, that's going to add some nice flavour.
And you want a fair bit. It's going to have some flavour to this as well.
Mm.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's a good sizzle.
And the wok oil smells.
It does smell great.
So lovely. I would start on a high heat and then go to a medium.
Okay.
And then we can keep checking. So once these are nicely cooked, we're going to remove them from the pan, and we're going to make a nice sauce, a nice fragrant sauce, and then we'll add them back in. So while these finish browning, we're just going to steam the broccoli.
Straight in.
Yep.
Do you need any more ginger? Because I've got this little bit of ginger here.
Yeah, so if we mince up just what you've got left, and we'll add that into the sauce.
Okay.
So to this oil now we can add the ginger that you've minced for us.
Here's your ginger.
So 1 tablespoon of sugar. And what will happen is that will begin to melt and caramelise.
Yeah, putting in light soy. Yep.
Light soy.
Yeah.
So 2 tablespoons of that.
Okay.
And then we're going to go in with 1 tablespoon of the vegetarian stir-fry sauce.
Okay, a tablespoon of that. And this is basically like vegetarian style oyster sauce, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And then we're just going to add around 200 mils of water.
Okay.
So we're just going to bring it to the boil, reduce the heat, and then just let it simmer down gently. And then we're going to add some corn flour slurry, which will make it lovely and shiny and glossy.
Yeah. Okay.
More saucy, less gravy.
Okay.
I think.
Right, so these guys steamed nicely because they've kept their colour. Nice little bed. Yeah, as I say, like the tofu is just that much more delicate. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's got a good texture to it. Mmm. So much flavour in that.
Mmm. The sauce really complements it.
Yeah, good call on the char siu sauce going into the marinade. That's not something that I would usually think of, to be honest.
It just adds a meatiness almost, doesn't it?
Yeah, really, really well flavoured tofu. Great stuff. Thanks a lot, Pippa.